Hi everyone, it's Dr. Crad, and I have a very special patient today. He's a physician, he's an ophthalmologist just like me. And so yesterday we did cataract surgery, and there's a few things that I wanted to ask you about. One, as a surgeon, how was your cataract surgery experience? Tell us about, was it what you expected? Was it different in any way? What did you think about your cataract surgery?
It was a great experience. I think most of the work actually is in finding the right doctor. Beyond that, you just trust them to take care of you. Um, Dr. Crad came highly recommended. I had spoken to several doctors who were optometrists and ophthalmologists in the area that had worked with him. They all spoke very highly of him. Even the people working at the surgery center. That actually took away most of my concerns. We actually met almost 2 years ago. You were my wife's doctor, and I had a chance to see how kind you were to her, how just knowledgeable you were about all the treatment options, very patient in
Oh.
explaining things to her. I could tell that you had excellent hands. I see it and I know it. Like,
I
uh, uh,
appreciate you. I appreciate it. It's a
yeah.
joy. It was joy taking care of you and your wife. You're so kind to say all this. No, I appreciate it. One of the things that I always have a conversation with patients is when is it time for surgery and what lens to get. And so, one thing that I learned in your case is that I thought your cataract was mild and maybe didn't need surgery yet. And so it wasn't a very bad cataract. Tell me how your vision is now compared to before with the cataract.
Yeah, thank you. I think to the extent that as a patient you can provide specific examples to the doctors of things that are critical to your daily activity and how the cataract makes that difficult, that sometimes is more helpful than being focused on numbers like 2040 or 2050. And so in my case, I really didn't feel confident. In fact, I didn't feel safe driving at night. The glare from the oncoming lights really made it hard for me to see. I couldn't read the street signs until I was too close to them. I basically like stopped driving on the freeways if I wasn't familiar with the area, and I would take like 3 times as long to drive in the local roads.
Yeah.
So that was a part of it. It was affecting my work. If I sat in the back of the room for a business meeting, I couldn't read the numbers like on the charts and the graphs,
Yeah.
and I was like silent. I wasn't talking in meetings, and people were noticing that. And
Mhm.
so those are some very specific examples.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, what I appreciate about you, Dr. Crad, is you would just listen to me and you say, okay, well, I think you were trying to see it from my perspective of what that must feel like.
Mhm.
I felt listened to. Um,
Mhm.
I felt that it was sort of a holistic decision,
Mhm.
based even more on like what you could necessarily grade on a slit lamp
Yeah.
exam or
Yeah.
on an eye chart.
Yeah. He's 100% right. So if I just looked from my perspective at the cataract, I would have said it's mild. And based on the vision on the chart, I would have said, oh, it's not bad. But giving the actual examples of your day-to-day life and what you have trouble with definitely helps us make the right decision together. So that was one. Number two was lens implant. So there are a lot of lens implants to choose from, but the best lens implant doesn't mean it has to be the most expensive lens implant. The best lens implant has to be the one correctly matched for the patient. And in your case, we put a monofocal lens, and we chose the Bausch& Lomb Aspire lens, which is a monofocal lens that has just a tiny bit of range of vision. So people generally, like if we target far is good, and their computer distance is better than a traditional monofocal, but it's not a multifocal, it's not an extended depth, it's not adjustable. And we went in knowing that this was the right option for you, um, because one, you wanted good far vision, right? You chose a good far vision, and you were okay with readers. You were okay with using reading glasses. Anything else you want to elaborate on why you chose like a basic monofocal lens?
Yeah. I think the best approach actually is to just describe your symptoms, describe the kind of life you live, what type of vision is important to you, and then at some point you have to trust your doctor to make those decisions. And so in my case, I've worn glasses since I was about 15. And I was okay wearing glasses.
Mhm.
What I didn't want was sort of like a permanent compromise in some way,
Mhm.
where like no matter what I was looking at, the vision would be slightly waxy
Mhm.
or slightly distorted. And so I think for me, I just wanted the best possible vision for in the distance. And then I was okay with wearing glasses for computer work or for reading. And I'm almost hesitant to say this because it sets such high expectations, but I'm post-op day one. I have sharp 20/20 uncorrected vision, and I wasn't supposed to do this, but I actually was able to do some computer work. Um,
That's awesome.
it, one day, and the operated eye is already far better than the second eye,
Yeah.
and I'm very I can't wait
You
for
know,
that.
and I feel very fortunate. I thank God for everything. Not all my patients see this good. I'm not going to say that every patient sees this way. Every patient's different, and every time I'm going to do surgery, I'm going to try my best, and then hopefully, God lets everything go well, because you have to prepare, do your best job, and then hopefully everything works out well for the patient. But every patient is different. We didn't use femtosecond laser yesterday either. I typically use femtosecond laser when I want to reduce someone's astigmatism, if they have astigmatism that's maybe less than what a toric would be required to correct. But you had low astigmatism, very, very low, and I thought you would do well. And I can show you kind of how the eye looks maybe in a small image in the video. But I recommend to other ophthalmologists doing surgery, do every surgery as though the world will watch it. Honestly, my residency was fantastic. A shout out to Loyola. I trained in Chicago. But one of the best tools that I've used was recording my own surgeries as if I'm going to post it tomorrow for the world to see. Because every single procedure I do, I'm like, the world may see this, and so I think that was a motivator to get better. And I'm far from perfect, but I think that really does help young surgeons. So you young surgeons out there, definitely try to record your cases and share cases with people. But how about like pain, discomfort? How's that experience with the surgery? Pressure? Anything that at all that you would want to share about that?
No, I really didn't have any discomfort during or after the surgery. The hardest thing was the IV. And after
Okay.
that, it
Yeah.
was all downhill. I credit some of that to actually following instructions.
Okay.
So the eye drops help take them on schedule.
Mhm.
The having the eye covered with the shield, at least for the first day, I think also helps.
Mhm.
Um, Once I took the shield off and I saw how clear the vision was, then I was like very tempted to just look around at everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience with others. I hope you guys found some of this information valuable. Our goal is to help you, and thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All
Thank you,
right.
Dr.
You
Craig.
got
Yeah.
it. My pleasure. Bye, guys.